So the next panel, you see all the participants already here, is about protecting the future and why cybersecurity is crucial for its success in Web3. Talking about these topics will be Dyma Budorin, co-founder and CEO at Hacken. Please give him a round of applause, everybody. Okay, yes, good, good, more energy, okay. Mohamed Issa, who is returning from the last year, he was also a speaker on last year's conference. He is the Chainalysis regional sales manager. Give him a round of applause. Denis Baturin, senior blockchain analyst at Tangem. And moderating the discussion will be Levan Ilashvili, the co-founder of CoinSwap. So give him a round of applause, everybody. And Levan, please.
All right. Thanks for joining. Let's start straight away. Cybersecurity and Web3 are one of the most important bits of our Web3 world, right? Especially since it greatly affects the trust in everything that we are building. So let's start with Dyma. Can you share your thoughts about significance of cybersecurity and in general security in Web3 infrastructures and contracts and etc.?
Hello everybody. Thank you for inviting. So I think we still in Web3 we still don't pay enough attention to cybersecurity. We still don't spend that much as traditional Web2 industry spends on cybersecurity, even though the damage that is being done to crypto projects and people who use crypto when something happens is much worse in Web3. Like in Web3, you can, if your project get hacked, you lose money. First of all, in Web2, usually you don't lose money. You lose reputation. Like basically, everybody knows who you are, how you screwed up, and no one will trust you. And most probably, your project will be closed. So it happened already to so many projects, especially if they are not backed up. I want to say that why crypto is not spending so much on cybersecurity. There are three reasons. First reason is projects start to spend when they got hacked, but in Web3 it's already too late. Second reason is when there is a regulation, and basically in Web2 everybody needs to do annual pen tests, follow GDPR rules and stuff like that. If they don't, they get fines. And this thing I don't think we're gonna have soon in crypto because of the decentralized nature of organizations. And the third thing is when companies are starting to lose revenue. And this is what is happening right now. This is the only motive right now of projects to pay for smart contract audits, to run the pen test for exchanges, because if they don't, they get highlighted that they don't follow the cybersecurity practices and they start to lose trust. So we need to make more push on projects and keep asking them what did they do to follow best practices.
Thanks. Next question, based on what Dyma said, would be what is the measures that Web3 users and Web3 projects should follow, how they should keep the digital assets safely, and what are the basic, let's say, hygiene rules that actually keep our funds secure. And I will ask Denis to talk about this part.
Hello. I think the main problem that is not followed and should be followed is take your time. Usually, crypto projects, crypto startups are rushing to make it first, to make the product as early as possible, and that hurts a lot. I develop smart contracts a lot, and I've been at multiple startups, and they force let's undergo an audit right now, and then we'll finish, and then we'll push the product. And then, after the audit, the bugs are introduced, and the project gets hacked, and everything's falling apart. So the basic rule, I think, that needs to be followed is don't rush. Take your time. Security is no joke. The crucial parts of the projects, the most secure, are usually not that big. That they are quite small, and they should be done with a lot of respect, with all the practices in mind, and just don't rush.
Thanks. And we also mentioned the theft of the funds, which can lead to lots of users' money, and can be devastating for the projects. And in this area comes the regulatory and compliance rules. And I would ask Mohamed, what are the main approaches of the regulatory entities about tracing those stolen funds, about detecting origins and destinations of the stolen funds or hackers, and how do you guys deal with that?
Okay, so first, thank you for coming today. It's my second time in that event, third time in Georgia. Very beautiful country, very beautiful people, and lovely, and very optimistic to the future. So thank you for inviting me. Thank you. So let's just introduce what we do, because your question is, it's very good, but at the same time, let's give a little bit of background of what we do. So whoever doesn't know Chainalysis, we're a blockchain analytics company. We're starting 2014. We provide tools, research, and data to different government entities. We're talking about law enforcement, central banks, regulators, including even the army, because they are the ones responsible for terrorist fighting and terrorist financing. But of course, when it comes to the private sector, we're talking about exchanges, crypto-native company. They also need to have a clear understanding about that asset. And that's why we also give you that kind of understanding, what exactly going on with the law enforcement, because they want you to see that. They want you not to get involved in any illicit activity related to the scam or a hack or stolen fund. So that's just briefly about what Chainalysis do. We have very good customers here in Georgia and around the world. Tether, Bitfinex is our customer since years now. We're working with whoever I can say the name, of course, from the government, Ministry of Finance in Georgia. We're working with them. The whole goal for Chainalysis is to build trust in blockchain. And that's very important, because if there is no one trusting us, I mean the ecosystem, we will not find banks working with us. We will not find legit investors coming to our ecosystem. We will still have the same, let's say, reputation that was 10 years ago, that crypto is, well, the good one is for tech people. But the bad thing is, no, this is for the darknet market money, which it's not. We do believe that the crypto will affect the future in a very positive way. Yes, today, since the start of the discussion, we're talking about the negative side, but there is a huge benefit, and I believe that you will listen to many speakers other than us. We'll speak about what's the potential in crypto, what is the potential in DeFi, how it will affect us in a positive way. So sorry that we will be talking about the negative part today, but within each and everything in life, you have a positive side and a negative side. So we will be covering more about the negative side. So answering your question, yes, there are different ways about affecting a crypto project and an investor. So taking what the colleagues have mentioned today regarding the smart contract, the beauty of crypto that it is transparent, the beauty of smart contract that it is transparent. It's not like the traditional programming even. Few years back, you can never go to Oracle and check the code, because I was working with Oracle for 10 years. But in smart contract, you can. So there is a benefit here, but there is a negative side. The negative side is the bad actor, the hackers, they can also check your smart contract. There are different cases that we were involved in. The hackers were interacting with the smart contract for months to understand the behavior before attacking it. One of the biggest cases that we work with is AXA Infinity. Last year, $600 million. And the hack happened by social engineering. So they came to us, and you can Google it. Again, whatever name I'm giving today, it's public. You can Google and you can find it. So they came to us after the hack with $600 million hacking the bridge. But how it happened? It happens through social engineering, targeting a programmer in the company and sending him a job offer while he's in the company. And by doing that, they knew how to crack in it. So there is a different ways, but all of those kind of hacking and all of those guys of new, let's say, penetration to the ecosystem, it will affect negatively when it comes to regulations. Because now, and I'm not talking about Georgia specifically, I'm talking about global. So when you're talking about a regulator going to regulate a DeFi project, he will find it very complicated, and he will find it there is a very bad reputation that is always happening attacked in it. And that's why I believe even here in Georgia it will not be easy if you have a DeFi protocol or if you're doing staking, for example. So yes, I agree 100% with my colleague here. You need to 100% to audit the smart contract. There is part that is proactive and there is part is reactive. The proactive part is from the very beginning. You need to audit the smart contract. You need also to understand who you are interacting with. So regardless if it's we're talking about a DeFi protocol or even a simple exchange, where that customer bringing the asset from. So once I get a customer sending me the money from the darknet market or through a mixer, that's a flag. Why he's sending me the money from the darknet market? And we're not only talking about regulations. Second part is reactive. What if it happens? By the way, it's not the end of the world if it happened a hack. You can have a solution for it in a very productive way. You can have a team that you're using the right system to understand where this asset went. Day over day, we're training different law enforcement on using the system, and they can also help you on having a report. And we do have an investigative team that can help in big projects to retrieve back the asset. And that is the beauty of the blockchain, that it's not like cash. It can be traced. And every transaction that we did, it's locked there and written for your grandkids to see it. But with the right tool, yes, it can be traced. So answering your question in the last time, yes, there are regulations coming, and regulations are not only when it comes to the exchanges, it will come to DeFi, it will come to staking.
All right. I do believe Dyma wanted to say something.
I want to say so many things, but yes, I would argue with you about the transparency of crypto, unfortunately. Like two points. First is that cryptocurrency exchanges, the centralized one, are absolutely not transparent. Like we don't know even if Binance have enough assets to cover all liabilities to clients, and all proof of reserves that they do is doesn't give any assurance. And once money is entering some centralized exchange, and let's say they don't use Chainalysis and they don't interact with you, nobody knows what is happening, and nobody knows what are the liabilities. So we are still like in kind of danger here. And the second thing is that, unfortunately, again, not everything can be traced because of the mixers. For example, Tornado Cash is a mixer which is used by the criminals in Web3. Once they stole some money, especially in Ethereum, they are sending this money to this mixer, to Tornado Cash, and it stays there. And then they can withdraw with small amounts whenever they want, and those small amounts basically like people understand that it's Tornado Cash, but it cannot be proved that it's from the stolen money from some hack. So unfortunately, yeah, we are not there, unfortunately.
That's a very interesting discussion. Now it's interesting debate, so that's going to be fun. Okay, so last question that you mentioned, which is mixers, I cannot really comment on the ability of Chainalysis, tracing mixers or not, and the ability of Chainalysis for privacy coin. This is completely private because what we offer usually to the public sector or the government and the law enforcement is different than what we offer to the private sector. Imagine Chainalysis like F-35 fighter jet. When America want to sell it, they will never give it to you the same speed and the same missile. They will always give it to you less. And everybody wants to have it because it's very advanced. That's exactly why we work with different exchanges, even though the ability of what they will get, it's not the same like what we offer to the government. But the benefit for you, the private sector, you will get the insight and the result of the investigation within seconds. You will not know how it's done, but it's done. So yes, that's something that I will not comment on the last point. But regarding the first point, I agree. The exchanges, they don't have a separate wallet. Whatever happening inside the exchange, it's happening inside the exchange. But in the tools that we're doing is there are risky exchanges that we can identify. So yes, whatever happening in the exchange, we don't know, but at the same time, you can understand if that exchange is risky by the level of crypto assets related to sanction, terrorist group, and even if the behavior of the exchange is related to wash trading. So even though that, yes, you can take a look to the wallet of the exchange or cluster of wallets, and it's showing 1% illicit activity. Maybe they're doing wash trading, so the asset is going out and leaving. Those kind of things that you can understand it, but you having the right tool. So that's a very good opportunity that we're talking now, and I think it's for the further discussion that we have to show you some magic of what we do.
I have one question. So we are talking about tracing cryptocurrencies, like movement of the coins, and here comes the question about ethical and not only ethical, like privacy-oriented matters. For instance, I am a big fan of Monero myself. And I usually do store crypto, like excess crypto in Monero. And also I'm quite a big fan of coin join transactions, which is Bitcoin, one of the good features of Bitcoin. And I for a fact know that I'm not a criminal. So what are the implications of tracing those transactions on the ethical and privacy side? Dennis has, I believe, sorry,
Yeah.
Dyma had something to say, but you can also start.
I just wanted to reply with all this discussion about things being traced and analyzed. You have different protocols that actually forbid being traced, like zero knowledge proofs, and I think that's the soul of the crypto. When you start discussing exchanges, it's so far from what crypto can offer as it's possible, because what crypto really offers is trustless money transfer. But the most popular systems, traceability, the transaction history that you can see for every coin move and every thing is not a good feature. It violates our privacy, and that's not very good. Even if you try and to obscure your every movement, your steps are always recorded, and that's why I think it's worth bringing to people's attention that there are protocols that can eliminate this privacy threat.
I want to. So I think privacy protocols is a good thing. They have specific goal, like to do the private transactions, and you can If you don't want anybody to know what are you doing with your money, and it's a perfect example. It's a perfect use case. But at the same time, I think the Tornado Cash is a bad thing. I will explain why. It is well known that the list of all the addresses that were where the stolen money went, where the hacked money went, when the criminal money went. Everybody knows those addresses. Chainalysis knows those addresses. There are a lot of big databases. And in my opinion, like creating the tool that is allowing in this in Ethereum network especially to hide some of this money has bad intention. Like if you're a talented engineer and you can create such like technologically very advanced mixer as Tornado Cash, like you can also embed some blocks for the known wallets so that they cannot interact, and you potentially can add also on the smart contract level the feature to add new wallets, which can be done, I don't know, by some community, under community supervision. So, like, they didn't do it. They allowed a lot of my friends, like not our clients, but well-known projects to suffer from Tornado Cash, and I don't like this project.
Me neither.
Okay, so I agree with you that privacy is important. So let's start with something. Chainalysis' goal is not to kill the privacy. Actually, if you Google, Chainalysis have a project with Vitalik, the Ethereum founder, for zero knowledge proof. And we have that project, and we are developing it with them. That means that, yes, we do believe in it, but at the same time, the current situation that we're having, and I agree with you 100%, mixers are a bad thing, and it will affect the ecosystem, and we want a solution for it now. I do respect investors like you, like, I don't know, whoever you name, big investors. He doesn't want to show where his asset is leaving and which kind of project he's investing in. I do understand that. But personally, not because of Chainalysis, personally, I don't care much. I much more care about the poor guy outside, the taxi driver. He's putting all of his money in an ATM machine for crypto, and then he suddenly some project for an NFT, and they scam him. I care more about someone before putting his money coming from the darknet market, because he used it for putting child abuse material and putting it through the darknet and selling it with crypto. I care much more about those people. And yes, there is a good thing and bad thing in crypto and in privacy, but we need to control more about how do we want to see the future is going. Guys, this is your technology. This is the technology that you will give for new generation coming. Don't make it getting stolen by a bad actor using this, and then later on will be having that bad image. I was in Bitcoin Miami 4 or 5 months ago, and in the front, if you just Googled it, there was an independence code of crypto. So everybody going, and you can sign. Part of the signature of the point is government, you are not allowed into our ecosystem. Traditional finance, you are not welcome here. And many points, you can check. And I was just standing there, again, it's my point of view, I was just laughing. And a guy came to me and said, why are you laughing? I said, you remember in 95 or 96, there was similar, when I was a kid in school, it was similar in the dependence of the internet. So if you Google it, there you will find something called internet, and it's the same words. Government, you are not allowed in our ecosystem, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but how today you're gonna, if that's true, how are you going to book a flight? How are you going to pay utility bill? How you will do some banking? It will be, yes, but you will not be doing it on the internet. So you are telling me that you are not using anything related to the internet regarding a telecom provider. So, no, but you don't have to. No, if you don't want to use the banking, you don't have to use the banking. If you don't want to pay utility bills on the internet, you can go to the office. But we're still using it. And you are using it, so you shouldn't be using it.
You're mixing it between the government and the internet.
Well, that's also a valid point. Like,
That's
if
the
you want
thing.
absolute privacy, you can just use cash. I'm not sure how you'll pay utility bills with just cash, but anyways.
Yes. So just to close this, yes, I do agree there's privacy, and we're trying with Vitalik to build that project with Chainalysis. But until then, we need to have the proper tool to make sure that technology is not bad branded by people who are using it. And guys, we're not talking about some bunch of kids. We go head to head with government. I'm talking about North Korea. So head to head. AXA Infinity case was with the Lazarus group. So you don't know who will hack you. Those guys are waking up in the morning 24 hours from the government, from the army, from North Korea to hack any projects. And we involved here in Georgia with DeFi project and different exchanges have been hacked by the Lazarus group. So again, as you mentioned, losing your investment, not only about going out of business, it will be very hard as a brand to establish another one.
All right. Now, we talked a lot about projects losing money and losing people's money. However, we haven't told people anything about how to keep our own funds safe. And I do believe Denis will be the best to answer here, since he's working on the project that's called Wallet, basically.
Yes, I guess it's a very important topic. If you want to hold crypto, you have to know some basics. There are some barriers. It's not like traditional finance system. So as a first step, you probably just go to an exchange, buy some crypto there, and hold it there. While it may be very convenient to exchange, to withdraw, to do all the things, it actually, as with my previous comment, it undermines the value of crypto, that your money is your money and no one will ever control it. You control it mathematically with a private key. When you rely on exchange, it's the same as you keeping money in the bank. Bank or exchange can go bankrupt. They will forbid you to withdraw their money. They have some technical issues when the price is right, and it's essentially doesn't bring you any benefit except the price of the crypto, the ability to invest in it. So for your security, you should probably use your own wallet. And regular wallet that you keep on your PC or mobile phone are not very secure either, because they are connected to the internet and they can be hacked. For that purpose, if you want to hold some significant amount of money, you should probably go for a cold wallet. It's a hardware device that will keep your keys safe, not connected to the internet, and will sign your transactions. There are quite a few. It's not that easy part, because you just don't install an app, you have to buy it somewhere, but that will increase your security significantly. I want to add something about on the last topic, actually, because I don't really think that those crimes and frauds in the crypto space need some special regulatory frameworks or something. I think that there are ways for the criminals to deal with all that without the crypto system, without the cryptocurrencies, and privacy is really much more important. But the problem is bad projects like scams and poorly coded projects with bad security practices. And it leads me to think that I want something to give me an advice on those projects. And audits are not doing it. They are doing some comments on internal structure that are not very valuable. I've seen, not so recently, the resource describing layer 2s that have a comprehensive security feature comparison between different layer 2s. And I liked it so much. You can easily see what the project state is, what are the flows, what's going on, what is the value log. And I think that the big step in crypto security will be some community resource for the crypto project, for the smart contracts to be reviewed, to be discussed, to be rated, like IMDb for Web3. And that would be a real game changer, when everyone can tell that this project is bad because they take the fees, 10% fees on every your transfer, because people don't get it. This resource would help so much to have an unbiased opinion on any project. Cool. That's my thought. That's
the one that you're referring for L2, it's called L2Bit, and actually for centralized exchanges, for crypto wallets, there is also a resource called ser.live. You can can compare exchanges and crypto wallets, how they approach the security. And for the smart contracts, there are also already databases that compare crypto wallets. There are like the company called Go Plus Security, Happy, and we are also Solid. So there are already a lot of things in this direction, and you're right. That's definitely what is very needed, like for the wider audience to know about these resources and to use. About personal security, I want to ask the audience who is using new password at every time registering somewhere. Who's using? Okay, so we have maybe like 15-20%. So the rest who didn't raise his hand, at some point you'll be hacked, because using the same password means being vulnerable to get one-time exposure and then to be hacked on all other accounts. But the good thing is that there is a solution and you still can fix it. I really recommend that if you're in crypto, you always use password managers. And at first they are helping you to manage all the multiple accounts, but also they can help you to manage all the private keys and seed phrases that you if you're in crypto, you keep generating and opening new wallets, and you have to store it somewhere. There are also some solutions to securely store. So the outtake from this discussion, please install password manager, use it. It will prevent you from some big bad thing happening. And also Google authentication or any other second factor. Please don't use your mobile phone as the second factor, because you are at risk of being SIM swapped, as Vitalik was recently, last month.
You know about SIM swaps, I've heard a story recently. I don't really remember about who it was, but it was he explicitly forbid the operator to change his SIM card. They said, yeah, we won't do it. And what he gets next? He gets SIM swapped and got some funds stolen.
That's because government controlled the...
It was private company.
If you are holding a lot of cryptocurrency just by cold wallet, it's a necessity, I guess. Maybe you could rely on some entity, but if you're confident in yourself, just hold it yourself, be an owner of your crypto.
Any other closing remarks?
I personally use, I don't use cold wallets. I personally use iPhone, and I just use MetaMask, for some smaller amounts. And for big amounts, I use something else that I will not tell you.
good approach.
I guess that's the best solution. It has to be kept in secret.
Definitely, like Monero wallets.
Advice for audience some password managers?
There are quite few. I use Dashlane. It's pretty good. At company level, we use 1Password, and the other one, like there are three giants: Dashlane, 1Password, and LastPass. So choose one of the three. All your data is encrypted in like approximately the same way the cryptocurrency is encrypting your private key, your seed phrase. So it's if the database of the company of Dashlane LastPass is hacked, like people cannot do anything with this because each individual account, each individual cell is encrypted with his own key. So it's pretty safe. I use Dashlane.
All right.
Well, you know, one question? Maybe I'd like to ask Mohamed, can you please elaborate about the example with North Korea? I just didn't completely understand because you said at the beginning you were like putting the working side with like the good people and the government. So they're like on the one side and then on the other side. And you did that before, then you come up with this example of North Korea, which is obviously a government in itself.
Yes, so there is a very famous hacker group. It's called Lazara Group. I don't know how many here knows them or heard that name before. Lazara Group. You know them. So it's supported by the North Korean government. Everybody is asking how come every day they come in the news building this new rocket, nuclear facility, even though they don't have import and export like normal, they're completely sanctioned. So they had different activities. One of them is they had a group called the Lazara Group, and they are into crypto, very advanced into crypto. So in two ways, and maybe part of the way it's good for you to know here. So let's start by answering your question, and I will tell you about part two. So part one, you are a crypto project. You had your own exchange, gambling website, or even a DeFi. They will start interacting with you as a customer to understand the behavior. If you're a DeFi, or as we discussed earlier, you have a smart contract, they can go and they can read the smart contract to see what way to hack it. Once it's hacked by different means, again, they're very advanced. And I told you one example, which is AXA Infinity case, and you can Google their case, what happened with them, because it's in the news. They hacked them through social engineering. So they selected one programmer there. Of course, I think it was done with different, and they just give him a job offer. He opened the job offer during the business hour in the office. The virus came in the computer. They knew the details, and they took out of the contract, the liquidity, $600 million. No, but that's completely different government. Do you compare your government with North Korea? If you compare your government with, that's another discussion. But no,
Have things in common, right?
Not really.
no, I don't
Not
think
really.
so. But number two that might affect, because today we're talking about crypto project, and from my experience, I saw that a lot. Beware who you hire. In our ecosystem, it's cool to hire someone that you don't know his picture, located in Bali or in Central America or Latin America. Some of them are from the Lazara Group. They might even not attack, so they will work with you, they will interact with you just to communicate with your partner and customer. And by doing that, you are working with someone remotely, very cheap, very advanced, because you will test him. He's very advanced in coding, he's very advanced in crypto, but he's using you as a bridge to hack another. And the Lazara Group, they have the team that they're doing that. So it's very cool. We are the only industry that you can hire someone with just a picture of whatever it is without even seeing him in person. Maybe not you, but others, they do that, and we see it. So make sure that you are evaluating that person and knowing who he is. because it's social engineering by this team is a lot. Again, they believe that crypto is fully anonymous. It's not being anonymous or not. It can be traced, and we don't want the traditional finance, that we want those kind of big investors to come in our ecosystem. Otherwise, it's very cool that we will only interact with crypto with one another. That will not happen in the future. We have AI, we have robots coming, we have tools that we can use for micro payment. Those are going, when you're putting that all with crypto, that will be the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think our time is up before someone will kick me out of here. So thanks. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Let's give everyone a round of applause. Dyma Budorin, Mohamed, Issa, Denis, Baturin, and Levan Ilashvili. Thank you guys for a very interesting panel.